Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tony. This is the 15-minute gamer and welcome to my review of the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. Yes, this is a little bit DCS heavy. I love DCS and this is why I bought the Tobii, but I have tried it on other games. So if you're just interested about what the Tobii Eye Tracker is all about, stick around to watch even if you're not a DCS fan. Of course, before we start though, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, smash that like button, and comment below if you've used the Tobii Eye Tracker, what's your views on it, if you use Track IR, if you use Open Track and you maybe want to try expanding if you just use a webcam, or anything like that, or if you want to see me try any other games like Euro Truck Simulator or whatever and want to see what it's like, just give me a shout and I will check it out for you. Right guys, without further ado, let's crack on with it. Just before we jump into the review itself and talking about the product, I just wanted to bring you to the website and show you what games it works with, how much it costs, how it fits, where it fits, how easy was it to fit, and the software it comes with. So we'll just have a quick look at all them. You can see like a blobby thing going around the screen. That is my eyes. It's kind of following my eyes. It's an overlay for OBS. It takes 2 seconds to set up and you can do it through like Twitch and stuff as well. So it means you're like, if you got viewers, they can see where you're looking, which is pretty cool. So at the moment, as you can see, 15% off. These discounts come along quite regularly, like maybe once every couple of months, and it's usually Euro Truck Simulator 2 or Star Citizen. If you want to go out and buy it, if you can get the discount on, it is $220. If you want to buy it without the discount, it is $259. They automatically add the discount, so as long as you go on the website, you can just pick it up from there. But I have noticed they tend to go through the 2 games. It's one or the other. When we're talking about games, as you can see, it supports absolutely loads, from Star Citizen, of course, Flight Simulator, Far Cry, Odyssey, Division 2, X4, Formula 1 games, Valhalla, Project Cars 2, Desperados. So you can see it covers a wide range of games. Next up, just to show you kind of what it looks like, it sits below your monitor. There's a fixing bracket. You attach that to your monitor. Then with the use of magnets, it fits on. I have a 31.5 inch curved monitor and it fits perfectly. A little bit off center, which is like, every time I see it, I'm like, grr, just that was my fit, nothing to do for Tobii. The bracket worked perfectly fine. It's flexible, easy to use, and it just plugs in via USB. I had no problems at all. The software you get, the first one is called the Tobii Game Hub, so you can see some of the games I've currently got installed, which I've been trying it on. You click on a game, it's like DCS World. You can enable or disable Tobii Eye Tracking, and then you've got loads of stuff to set up, but it's quite easy to do. You also have Tobii Ghost, which is this thing here. This is something you need installed if you want to see where your eyes are looking. And it's got like social things on, stuff like that, but it's mainly the Game Hub is what you're going to use. But you can see there if you want to preview shape of it, how responsive it is. This is more for the overlay and especially into Twitch. So yeah, there we have it guys. It was really easy to set up. Right, so now we're in the FA18 on the ground and I'll show you how all this works in game before I go to my positives and negatives of the Tobii Eye Tracker. The blob is on the screen, so you'll be able to see that moving around. I have a zoom in, zoom out on my throttle. So that is set on there because I just find it easier to move my head backwards and forwards. Apart from that though, nothing else has changed. So if I want to look at them helicopters, just look with my eyes over there, zoom in and out. If I want to look at that building there, eyes. If I want to look that way, move my eyes and look at them 2 little airplanes over there. So you can see over there. If I want to look all the way back, I just move my eyes to look at them buses. You can, and I do have it set up to move my head a little bit as well. I don't keep my head still because your eyes would just be like going too far sideways. They don't move all the way around. So yeah, there's a little bit of head movement. Mainly it's just eyes. If I want to look at these consoles, just down. Want to look at menu. If I want to put the electronic warfare on, click on there. If I want to look at HUD, I can do that. If I want to look over there, again, just looking with my eyes. I'm not moving my head at all. And I can click the menu, go to my HSI, for example. Down here, same process. If I want to set my course and me heading. Down here, if I need to look for me engine crank or very slight head movements just kind of makes it a bit more natural for me to move where, you know, you would move your head a little bit, you just don't always move your eyes. So yeah, I can do that. And as you can see, because of the blob, it's exactly where I am looking to where I want to press. If I want to look behind me, I'll move my head very slightly and look behind, but it's mainly done by the eyes. I'll show you my settings before I finish this video. One thing to note though, in F2 and F3, it does nothing. Nothing happens, and I think that is one of the negatives. I think it should move in that view as well. It would be really handy. I have on my keyboard setup, I have left shift and decimal to stop it, because sometimes when you say you're setting up a bomb and run or you're setting up your targeting pod, especially in the Apache, it's just easier just to turn it off. Just means I can move my head, look at any maps I have on the screen, look at targeting information and stuff like that. So I just have that set up as shift and decimal. So yeah, that's how it works in the game itself. Moving on to what I do and don't like about it. Benefit number one is there's no headgear or anything to wear. So you don't need headphones, you don't need a hat, you don't need anything, you just need to be looking at your screen. So it means that you're way more comfortable. It means that you haven't got like sweaty headphones on in the middle of summer, you're not having to wear a stupid hat or anything like that. It's just attached to the bottom of your monitor, and that's it. It never loses head tracking or eye tracking as far as I've found. When I was using my like head tracker attached to my headphones, if my face moved a certain way, it would like block the IR sensors, and it was really annoying, so you couldn't look to extremes. With the eye tracker, I've never found that. I wear glasses and it's never had a problem either, so yeah, all good there. I've also played it in lower light and with like loads of light, and it seems fine as well. Super easy to set up. It's just plug and play. There's a bit of a setup at the beginning where you just kind of look at some dots on the screen, but again, it takes 2 seconds. There's not a webcam to fix to the top of your monitor. There's nothing to attach to the side of your headphones or anything like that. Just look at the bar under your screen. What's really good is you can use eye tracking and head tracking, so it's almost a 2-in-1. You can turn one off or the other off, so you can just have it as a head tracker if you want, or just as an eye tracker, which I think is a really cool feature. It's really reliable. As I said, no problems there. Easy setup, very reliable. Another pro with this I found is target tracking and location. Because you're using your eyes, if you see something on the ground, it's natural for your eyes to dart and look at it. So when you're using the Apache, especially with like the hood mounted gun type thing, it's so good for target acquisition. Like instead of moving your head, it's a lot more accurate to move your eyes to the location. So yeah, for me, that's a massive pro. It's just in DCS, it's so much easier to find your targets and locate them and keep looking at them too. Some of the bad things about it, the external views on DCS, I think that's a bit of a letdown, because especially when you're trying to look for a target, you've then got to use the mouse. A little bit annoying. Also, make sure that you've removed all head tracking software, so if you're coming from like OpenTrack or Track IR, because otherwise they'll conflict. So make sure you get rid of everything. I had 1 or 2 things installed and I was really struggling, so make sure you get rid of that. It's a little bit finicky at times in the sense of my eyes move around a lot when I'm looking at things, so sometimes I have to stop the eye tracking to look at screens or buttons. It's not a big deal, but it's a lot easier to keep your head still than it is your eyes, I find anyway. Also, I think one of the biggest cons, it is a little bit expensive. I mean, you're looking at £229. That only puts it about £60 away from the Quest, which for me, it is a little bit expensive. And I must admit, I toyed with the idea of getting a Tobii for a very long time, and the price was the one thing that put me off. I think it should maybe be a little bit less, like maybe the 150, 200 mark. If you can get on sale for 200, it's a much better deal, obviously, but I think that puts it more in the bracket. But yeah, it's a little bit expensive. I had no problems apart from that, though. I think the bad things are kind of like nitpicky almost. Like, it's nothing like, oh my god, I hate this. There's a lot more pros. And for me, I just love it. I think it's such a great bit of kit. It works. It was easy to set up. It really improves DCS if you can't maybe quite afford VR, or maybe don't have the computer to run that VR, because with DCS it's pretty in system hoggy anyway. So yeah, for me, it's brilliant. I've never tried the Track IR. I mean, my Open Track was pretty much the same sort of thing, so I know comparable price-wise are about the same, but my Track Hat open source was a lot cheaper, like 40, 50 quid, but I found I had loads of problems with it. I was always struggling. I didn't really enjoy using it. I was getting a sore neck with turning around all the time, and I have a thing called positional vertigo where if I move my head too far to one side, I feel sick. So this, for me, just offsets all them problems, and it's just a great bit of kit if you can afford it. And for me, it's a must for DCS. It just improves the whole experience. So yeah, so just quickly I'll go through the settings I use. So this is on the Tobii Game Hub and DCS World. So starting from the top, obviously enable eye tracking, yes. I've got my response set at 20%. I prefer keeping it a bit lower because my eyes tend to move quite a lot. Exponent 1.72, inflection point 0.80, start point at 10, end point to 1. Limits on this top section is yaw 90, pitch of 77. I have pitch mirror set to on. Head tracking settings, head tracking is on. Head auto center is off. Head rotation rule is off. Yaw is 3.29. Pitch is 2. Exponent is 1.34. Inflection point is 0.50. Start point 0.05. End point of 1. Limits yaw 147 and pitch of 90 with pitch mirror on. Head position is off. Enable disable key, left shift and decimal. I have it set to toggle so I can toggle it on and off. Center view on disable, I have it off, and reset head tracking key I have to numpad 0 in case anything goes wrong. So there you go, guys. That is the review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see me cover any other games with Tobii Eye Tracker, if you're interested, let me know. I've got loads of games. I can probably check out your favorite and let you know how it works. And I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.